So look, we're here with Mr. Jonathan Lee, Principal and Director of Mortgage Choice down in Williamstown, Melbourne. And we met obviously through one of our business networking groups. But throughout that time, Jonathan, you've become one of the most trusted brokers in our network in Melbourne. I value your friendship and your professionalism. So a privilege and honor to be able to catch you up on the call today. But look, just tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey to becoming a mortgage broker.
Oh, sorry, mate. So, yeah, with my background, I grew up in the country. There was a little place called Tumbarumba, which is in New South Wales. So a bit of a country boy, and Dad's a builder, so I grew up around the building industry. I moved down to Melbourne to study building surveying. I did that for a few years, and then went into estimating in construction. And then I took a sidestep into mortgage broking, and that was 9 years ago. Started as a pajama broker working from home, and then decided to grow up, become a real mortgage broker, and open up a shop front down here, and build out the team. So it's been a pretty good journey.
Yeah, and congratulations. I know last time we spoke, you were looking to acquire and open up a Sydney branch as well.
Yeah. So that's just gone through. So we've taken over Mortgage Choice in Chatswood, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, nice. Congratulations, mate. So Mortgage Choice, I would assume specialises in property and mortgage finance. Can you explain a little bit more about how that works and sort of who primarily you help?
Yeah, so for us, I think that the real value in what we do is, I think anyone can do a home loan. I think that if people are after, just their cheapest interest rate and that's all they want, then you can jump on ratecity.com and DIY your own home loan. They're always advertising the cheapest rates out there. But for me, I really want my clients to break away from the great Australian dream, which is, you buy a house and work really hard to pay it off, and then 10 years later, what typically people do is they sell it and they buy a bigger house and get another 30-year loan term and work hard to pay that off. And then 10 years after that, they decide to either upgrade their house again or do that renovation that they've always wanted to do, and they get another 30-year loan term. So they end up with 60 years worth of home loan, and they want to retire somewhere along here. So they're going to get to a point where they're going to retire, they're still going to have debt on their house, and their only asset is the house. So they have to downsize and move into something they don't want to live in, and not have much to fund that next 20, 30 years of retirement, which is going to be a lot longer than what people think.
Yeah, I like that. And I like, what you're talking about there is that each client that comes to you it's not a transaction, it's a relationship.
Absolutely.
It's a lifelong journey. So testament to how successful you've been. But yeah, totally get that. So look, I would assume that most people make the mistake of thinking, okay, look, I've got my personal banking with, say, CBA or ANZ, and as an example, as a kid, so they would therefore think that to go and get a mortgage that they would have to go back to their same bank. Can you explain why that's a good or a bad idea?
Yeah, so typically people generally have a loyalty to a bank. They might have their transaction account with one of the big four, or then they've got a credit card with the big four. They might have their current home loan with the big four, and they go, oh, look, I'm just comfortable having it there. And what we're able to do is we can show them, we go, okay, here's the comparison of staying with this bank and having that convenience cost, or if there's another bank that's got a similar product, and what it's going to do is it's going to save you, $4,000 a year. So the cost of staying with your current bank could be costing you $4,000. So it's about, you can keep your credit card, your transaction account, and all your general banking with this bank, but let's have a look at over this bank here for your home loan. And if you do have that loyalty with the bank, you can stay there. Otherwise, there could be better options moving down do different lenders. And I guess the other thing is, if you start buying one or two properties, the current bank that you're with, they can only offer what they've got, and they might say, oh, look, sorry, you've maxed out your borrowing capacity with us. But another bank would say, hey, look, we've still got capacity based on your circumstances. We can help you get to that next investment property.
Yeah, totally agree. Once you hit the top of that staircase and you're looking at other tier 2 lenders and we get that in credit files that come through every day where you've got your investors and there's multiple mortgages spread across a wide range of lenders there. Look, we live in the most sort of dynamic times at the moment the world has ever seen. So this time last year, the talk was sort of all doom and gloom, yet right now we're seeing property prices driving record growth. Has that had an impact on yourself, and what do you see happening in the marketplace in the short and long term?
Yeah, so we're definitely busier than we were this time last year. It's like everybody has they've spent 2020 at home, and now they've realised that all of their houses are too small because they've had to spend so much time away from home. They haven't got a study that's away from the kitchen, and because they weren't able to spend 10,000-15,000 on a holiday, now they're going to spend an extra $1 million on a house. You know, so it's a weird dynamic that we've got going on, and I think in the long term, short to long term, you're going to see that a lot of the locals are transacting. Everyone that lives in Australia, they're transacting. They might be going to a bigger house, moving from one suburb to another, and that allows other people to move in. And what that does is that stimulates their property prices, and they start rising in the property prices. And I think once you start seeing the international borders open up, you're going to see more people from overseas coming to move to Australia because they've got stable government. You're not going to get shot in the streets. We've got a good economy, and it's a good place to live. So you've got cashed up people that are coming from overseas that go and see they can buy a house here for $1 million, which is a good deal from where back in their hometown.
Yeah, absolutely. And I saw I think it was the other day that there's still 38,000 expats waiting to come back to Australia. And that's even before they open up immigration. So I suppose we would expect that things aren't going to slow down for a while yet.
Yeah, I think that I said we're so busy because you've got all people that are coming back, all the expats that are coming back, and everyone's going for holidays around here. So it's hard to book holidays. It's hard to do a lot of things because not everyone's traveling and everybody's staying here and just focusing on the things that they can do.
Yeah, I get it. There's only so many times you can go to Geelong for a holiday, isn't there?
That once.
But look, what are your top 3 tips for someone looking to get a mortgage?
Yeah, so number one, you just need to know what your numbers are. You need to find out, what's the money that you've got to work with, what's the deposit you've got. If you're getting into your first home, what are the home buyer benefits that are available to you? So in Victoria, you can buy in a regional area, and buy a new property and get $20,000 first home buyers grant. There's great subsidies on stamp duty where, if you're a first home buyer, you don't have to pay stamp duty up to a $600,000 purchase. Some of these are the mechanisms that you can look at when you're looking to buy your first home.
Yeah, nice. All right, brother. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you, and I know how busy you are, and congratulations on opening up the Sydney branch. I can't wait to come down and visit you at the office. I'm sure you'll be spending a lot of time up there once the borders are open.
Easy, mate. It'll be good to see when you come visit back down here.